Hey guys, what's going on? Forgotten Caesar here, bringing you some more Modern Warfare 3 gameplay. Domination at Bootleg, bringing you another This Day in History video. Got a pretty packed schedule here today. A lot went on in history on this day. Pretty interesting stuff, some funny stuff, some not so funny stuff. So without further ado, let's get right into it because this is a fairly short gameplay. First, 1941, on this day in history, the British commenced Operation Claymore in the, sorry if I butchered this, Lofoten Islands in Norway. The mission was comprised of the British commandos and, get this, the Royal Norwegian Navy. Who knew? I certainly did not know that the Norwegians had a navy or any fighting force for that matter. And has anybody read Snow Treasure, that book about the Holocaust and the kids that like hide gold underneath their sleds? Is that in Norway? I think it's in no, it's in the Netherlands. I think. It might be in Norway, but anyway, it's not important. It's a great book, though. I recommend it. The mission was supposed to recover a German decoding device. This didn't go to plan, however, the German captain tossed it overboard during the raid. So they did not recover that. They did, however, severely damage the German supply lines and oil, and they captured numerous German soldiers. Luckily, there were no casualties for the Allies. The only injury came from an officer who accidentally shot himself with a pistol. Sucks to suck, dude. But anyway, so Operation Claymore. I wonder why they called it Claymore. I don't know. Backtrack a little bit. In 1789, on this day in history, the government of the United States of America officially went under the Constitution. So that means that on this day in history, American citizens had to follow the Constitution by law. It went into effect today, which is kind of disappointing because the government today holds no regard for the Constitution whatsoever. But anyway, I'm not here to talk politics. I'm just stating the facts. So today the Constitution went into effect. Next, Ernest Hemingway finishes Old Man in the Sea. Now, why put this on this day in history? Well, I'm going to tell you why. This book was absolute trash. I'm just going to say it. I hated this book. I've read it before. I had to read it for school, and it was nonsense. I'll tell you about the whole book in maybe maybe a minute. So, this old guy in Cuba, he's a fisherman. He goes out to sea to try and catch this big fish. He hooks the fish. It drags him out to sea for an entire day or so. Finally kills the fish. On his way back, sharks start eating the fish. He has to bludgeon the sharks. The sharks overwhelm the fish. They eat the fish. When he gets back to land, the fish is nothing but a carcass, and the old guy goes home and falls asleep or dies. I don't know. He really doesn't disclose it. There's some debate whether he's just asleep or he's dead. But anyway, the book ends. So yeah, that's the entire book. The guy doesn't even get to bask in the glory of his fish. It was just, I don't know, I thought it was boring. I guess some people could argue that it's a highly inspirational book because of the determination, and the guy does show some determination, you know. But as far as plot goes, it was just downright stupid. It won the Pulitzer Prize and then the Nobel Prize for Literature, which I'm assuming for the determination aspect of it. But other than that, I don't see how this book can win any awards. Anyway, so I'm done bagging on Ernest Hemingway's novel. I don't recommend reading that, and I'm more of a plot-driven book fan myself. And do you hate books? Well, do you hate books? I'm sure most of you do. But anyway, have you ever been reading a book and the protagonist is thinking? He's just thinking about something or someone, and his thoughts carry on for, I don't know, 4 or 5 pages. Just, that's it. All he is thinking. And I don't know how writers can even bear to write about that. I don't know how people are even mildly interested in that. I know there's some pretty good books out there. There's some intricate stuff. as far as thought process goes. Some pretty incredible stuff, but I'm getting off track here, rambling. I know it probably makes no sense, but I just don't like books where the protagonist thinks for 4 or 5 pages. Just show me some plot structure. Anyway, next, Abraham Lincoln was sworn in as President of the United States. This was his first term, and I'm pretty sure Abe had no idea what he was in store for. Well, how could anybody, to be honest? Speaking of literature before this, though, has anybody read that book, the Abraham Lincoln the Vampire Hunter? That was an exceptional book. Puts in the Civil War in that time period in a totally new perspective for me, even though it is completely not historically accurate at all. I know it's fictional, but I like to believe that Edgar Allan Poe was a vampire. I think that fits his style of writing quite well. Anyway, for the grand finale here, Martha Stewart was released from prison. Martha Stewart. So I remember watching a Lifetime movie about Martha Stewart. I don't know when this was. This was like when I was a little kid. I don't remember why I was watching it. I don't even know how I remember that, but it was about Martha Stewart, and I actually learned a lot about her from that movie. And so I guess she got into some stock scandal or spending scandal in her company or something, and she lied to federal investigators, and so she was sentenced to 5 months in federal prison. She wanted to go to Florida or Connecticut to be jailed, not in the West Virginia State Federal Prison, which was where she was originally going. If I had the choice, after she made that request to me, I would have sent her to Guantanamo Bay. I don't know where she gets off requesting which prison she wants to go to. I don't even know if you can do that, and if you can, I am sorry, but I wouldn't give her her wish on that one. So Martha Stewart's one of those people that, what is she famous for? Nobody knows. I thought this whole time that she cooked. Is she a cooker? I don't know. I know she has a couple of businesses or something, but anyway, she went to prison for 5 years. 5 months, whoa. Martha Stewart, 5 years. Anyway, this wraps up the This Day in History video. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for next week's video.